The autumn wind is a pirate, blustering in from sea. With a rollicking song he sweeps along, swaggering boisterously. His face is weather-beaten. He wears a hooded sash, with a silver hat about his head, and a bristling black mustache. He growls as he storms the country, a villain big and bold. And the trees all shake and quiver and quake as he robs them of their gold. The autumn wind is a raider, pillaging just for fun. He'll knock you round and upside down and laugh when he's conquered and won.
All right, let's cut the shit, man. Just cut the shit. Raider Reaction family, Raider Nation family. Here we go. Another disappointing season, right? And we kind of seen this shit fucking coming. We seen this shit coming when McDaniels and crew were in line from week 7, 8, 9, whatever the fuck it was till he lasted. But you gotta be upset with what's going on here. You cannot be okay with what the fuck's been going on the last 2-3 years with this team. You know, I came in with the pregame show last night feeling very confident about this game, the way that we played the last 2 or 3 with the defense. I felt good, but this was a playoff atmosphere. The Colts fans knew it. The Colts players knew it. The coach he knew what was on the fucking line. It was the same shit. Whoever lost this game they're out. It's over. And we completely shit the bed, man. Completely shit the bed. And I see a lot of comments let's blame the refs, the referees, the refs. They did this, they did that. Man, come on, man. This wasn't on the refs. It wasn't on the refs. The offense has been a shitstorm. A shitstorm. From the start of the season, the offense has not been able to get going. Whether it was Jimmy G or we bringing Aiden O'Connell or we bringing Brian Hoyer for that one game, the offense has been nothing but a fucking disaster. A fucking disaster. And take a look at my pregame show last night. I didn't say I was 100% in on AP. I said he proved his chances. I said he should be one of the top 2 guys in the room to get the job. I never said he deserved it. I said it was going to come down to these last 2 games on how this team can show out and perform and how it ends. Now, we would have won these last 2 games. You keep him in that seat and you take a look at him and say, hey, we're going to bring in this guy, but we're going to listen to you. We're going to interview. We're going to see what the future of the Raider Nation looks like with you because you've earned that. This was a game that we needed. It was a game that had to be had. And we didn't have it. We didn't have the fire. We didn't have the energy. His guy, Jack Jones, fucking blows 2 plays in the last drive. We could say, well, yeah, there was offsides on that pass interference, so it wouldn't have mattered. Oh, it fucking mattered. It fucking definitely mattered. Because if that pass interference call doesn't happen, we got a good shot to go in there, stop him 3 and out, get the ball back, down by 7 and score. And then you put him on the field goal blocking unit? He wasn't there all year. He jumps the snap. And he would have missed it anyway. lot of fantasy shit going on right now. But for the fact we lost this game. This was a playoff game. These last 4 games were playoff games. They were playoff games. And AP looked confused on the sideline today. Confused at times. Should I go for it? Should I not go for it? Send the punting unit. Whoa, no. Come on. Get back. No. Now, am I saying he's a terrible head coach? Absolutely not. But to sign, seal, and deliver the contract to him, acting like he deserves it, with no other fucking candidates involved, absolutely not. And you know what the good thing I read before the game? I go, oh shit, man, things are getting spicy. Excuse me. I can't remember the agent, but there is an agent that is involved with the Raiders. That Jim Harbaugh, reportedly, it just happened. He hired this agent. Now, you don't hire an agent if you plan on staying in Michigan, right? You don't do that. I don't think it was Devontae Adams, but it was a high-profile name with the Raiders. Now, I'm asking for AP don't deserve this job. He doesn't deserve to be hired. He doesn't deserve any of this shit. That's not what I'm saying here. But you got a guy in Jim Harbaugh who doesn't have any ties to some fucked up shit besides what happened with Michigan. And we could talk about the sign stealing, whatever. Whatever it may be. Are we going to take sign stealing that fucking serious, Raider Nation? We going to take cheating that fucking serious? Do you not remember our old owner, Al Davis, said if you ain't fucking cheating, you ain't fucking trying? So let's not look at Jim Harbaugh like he's a bad fucking option because what happened in fucking college football this season. But this game today against an 8-7 Colts team that I was very confident we were going to go in there and blow these dudes out. I mean, look the way we played the Chiefs, right? We played the Dolphins tough. We played the Chiefs back-to-back and the Dolphins, and we played them tough. But this ain't it. The offense ain't there. Now, am I saying get rid of the whole fucking regime? No, man. If we can keep Patrick Graham, keep him because Jim Harbaugh's defense don't look that good in Michigan. So he's got some in place here. I just don't see. I don't see giving this guy. I don't see giving AP the job with no other interviews. Whether it's Jim Harbaugh or some other good candidate, fucking Bieniemy. I mean, you got to start interviewing guys. Because AP didn't lock this shit up. Now, if AP would have won the last 2 games and we got a playoff push, even if it was a wild card round in the playoffs, just like I said with Bisaccia, give him the job for a year. But you can't sit there and say AP deserves this job. You can't. You just can't do it. This was a pathetic performance from the offense for like the 3rd, 4th week in a row. Aiden O'Connell is not the guy. He's not. Whether you guys want to keep saying he's a rookie, give him some time. He's not the guy. He's not the guy. He's just not. This offense has way more weapons than the Colts offense had, and Gardner Minshew went out there looking like he was a starting quarterback. He's not one either. It's a sad way to end the season. I would have been happy with bringing this motherfucker into week 17 and going up against a Broncos team that has been progressing and losing that way. But to have the season in your hands, for you to determine how far this thing goes, and you completely shit the bed on offense. And I gave Bo Hardegree a lot of credit because he came from the Kyle Shanahan tree. But he ain't it either. Defensive side of the ball, improved, looked good. Offense, wasn't there. Wasn't there, hasn't been there for the last month. At some point, the offense has got to go out there and do their job too. At some point. AOC ain't it. Devontae Adams, hell of a season. I hope he stays. And I hope we don't have to give up a big draft pick to go after the quarterback that we want. Man, heartbreaking season for Raider Nation again. Again. It sucks, man. It sucks. It's tiring. I was in the Raider Reaction chat saying today, you know what? The last 4, 5, 6 years has been fucking thrown on Mark Davis. It has been. A motherfucker who comes out in the open and says, I'm not very smart football minded. Why are you hiring these dudes then? Why? You can't sit there and say you're not a football-minded guy and take the reins and hire these shitty coaches year after fucking year after fucking year. And we could talk about what Al Davis did the last 10 years of his fucking life. But before those last 10 years when he got old and senile, he made this team competitive year after year after year after year after year. The Raiders used to be something to fear about. They're dirty. They're dangerous. They're nasty. We ain't been that. We're a laughing stock in this fucking league. And it sucks to keep going on every year doing this shit. Right? We had a little nice run in 21 when Bisaccia took over. We went in there. We played the Bengals tough in the first round of the playoffs, and we ended up losing. Felt like we could build off that. You go out there and get McDaniels, and he completely fucks his whole thing up. You bring in a fucking Glass, and I'm not saying we should have kept Carr whatsoever, but from the reports, Ziegler had something in works to get C.J. Stroud. Now we would have been in some business here. Get rid of these egomaniac head coaches. Bring in somebody who knows what the fuck they're doing. Because Raider Nation, I don't know about you, but I'm tired. I'm tired of doing this shit year after year after year. And you know, when you go to the sports bar or the mall, wherever it may be, and it's football season, and you know, motherfuckers start chirping and shit, talking and shit, and then you put your little 2 cents in, and then they go, oh, what fan are you? And you go, oh, I'm a fucking Raider fan. And they go, oh, man, I feel for you. That shit sucks. That shit sucks. When you sit there and go, I'm a Raider fan, but you know, I do love football. Oh, you're a Raider fan? Yeah. Oh, man, what do you got? Yeah, I know. Shut the fuck up. It's tiring, man. It's tiring. This team needs a change. We need to turn the corner. This is an historic franchise. It is one of the top 5 historic franchises in the National Football League. And we're sitting here with 20 plus fucking years, going damn near on 25, of being just a laughing stock and a shit show of a fucking team. How much is it going to take, man? How much is it going to take? Historic franchises aren't supposed to go through this road. They have 5 to 10 bad years, and then they get right back up and they jump up and they're competitive for another 20. It ain't been us. The conclusion of this fucking thing is I usually do pregame shows. I told the Raider Reaction group, I said, you know what? I can't see myself doing a pregame show for a meaningless game against the Denver fucking Donkeys. Can't do it. Can't do it. So I wanted to come on here, share my thoughts before I go on. It's bullshit, man. It's bullshit. Year after year after year, failure after fucking failure, with an historic franchise that is now in Las Vegas, which was supposed to bring free agents here because there's no state tax and it's in Vegas. This is gonna be something good for Raider Nation. It hasn't been since we got there. Open the floor, Mark. Hire an executive. Hire somebody who knows what the fuck they're doing with football. Quit talking to these guys that your daddy knew and that they're giving you advice on who to fucking hire as a new fucking head guy of this fucking organization. Do your due diligence. Hire somebody smart. Let them take over. Hire a good GM, a good head coach, a good personnel guy. Let it go. You're not your dad. You never will be. You're just a fucking rich kid who took over what his daddy had left. That's all you are. Give it up. Hire somebody good. Take the credit in the second week of February when your team is on the fucking podium hoisting a Lombardi trophy. Because right now, we're starting to give up. And we ain't going to show up to games. You thought it was bad now with the crowd being split 50-50, 60-40? Get somebody good in there. Because I believe a lot of Raider Nation feels the same way I do. Tired of spending money on this product. Tired of spending my Sundays watching a team that is just thrown together with no intelligence involved. Meanwhile, you got the Bengals, the Dolphins, the Texans, the Jaguars. All them motherfuckers are in the hunt almost every year for the last 10 years. And we're sitting here, week 17, a week before the season ends, hoping we can take care of business and other teams help us out too. Fuck you, Mark Davis. Suck a dick until you get shit right. And if you can't get shit right, sell the team. Own your fucking Las Vegas Aces. The WNBA fucking dynasty you got going on there. Worry about that shit. Let somebody else take this shit over. The only reason your daddy left it to you is because you were the only fucking Davis available. He didn't even like you to begin with. He fired your ass when you were a fucking employee with the Oakland Raiders. The only reason he gave it to you is because he's stubborn. And he didn't want nobody else taking this shit over that didn't have the Davis last name. So get this shit right or get the fuck out of town, man. Get the fuck out of town. That's my spiel. That's the way I feel. I'll see you guys at the Super Bowl or Right the Shit. Disgusting. It's been a disgusting last